Yeah. Hi, my dear, and hello, everyone. Here we are again. It's been a while since we sat down and had a conversation of that which lights us up,
Mm.
which is relating and listening and always being able to widen in order for knowing ourselves and the other, right? And then just before we pressed recording, you said tending to that which is happening within you. Do you want to share more? It
Mm.
had me curious.
Yeah, I would love to. Thank you for having me here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yeah, that's something that's coming up a lot as a challenge and an invitation to pause and check what is actually here, like what is the state that I'm in right
Mm-hmm.
now, and then meeting that. And I find myself being challenged by it because it's so easy to move to the next state, right? To be like, oh, but I need to get this done, or I need to go forward and sort of bypass the actual state that I'm in. And that then translates into what I'm doing, once what I'm creating that is felt anyway. So I love to turn it into an invitation to turn inwards, and yeah, where am I right now? What is there to tend to? What is there that needs to be met right here
Mm-hmm.
before I take the next step forwards,
Mm-hmm.
or I follow the next impulse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm with.
Yeah, I love that. And especially, I wouldn't even say bypassing. We hear that a lot, right? That spiritual bypassing. But for me, it's the capacity I have both to tend and then, all right, well, done, signed, sealed, delivered. And then my really my in my DNA to just, I wouldn't call push, but to move at a faster pace than it that is mine. And
Mm.
that's what I sat with when you said it. I think you said it yesterday, tending. There's this like back body awareness that I'm leaning in and I'm being this loving presence for it. Um, and I mean, we had this beautiful experience and an example yesterday, right? We had that big yes of creating. For those of you who don't know, Ida and I are both facilitating shoulder to shoulder, and sometimes I'm invited, and sometimes Ida is invited, and so we had this amazing experience of we wanted to create this new creation, this co-creation, and we had a huge yes when we created it. And we set it up, and there was just all these bubbles, and this like really following that current and tending, tending and befriending what was happening and following. And then then life happened. I went out traveling, and you had your workshops, and our private stuff happening as well. So, and then I wouldn't say that I sensed it as an energy. It was more like reality kicking in of, oh, this is different than usual. There's not that many people attending. And how, excuse me, how easy it is for us to then go into wrongdoing, um, self judging, even though I'm tending to my slowness or you're tending to integrating what happened for you. I'm just coming up with examples here. How fast it then is that the seemingly outside world come um, and kicks us in the butt, and then we go into wrongdoing, self judgment. Come on, a little shame. We had all these people helping us out. What are they gonna, it's so I think my question here for you is, and then I might answer afterwards, how do you experience that yes, no, yes, no, yes, no? And then finding the directionality to coming to a decision. I know what it is for me, but I'm curious what it is for you.
Hmm. Yeah, I think for me it's about finding my integrity in it.
Mm.
Like, from what place am I doing this from? From what place am I creating this from? Is it really out of a impulse from within my own creativity, from my own connectedness? Or is it me trying to put something on or make something happen?
Mhm.
So that's what's happening for me, is like when there is this unclarity along the way, I need to find that again. I need to question that again. Where am I creating this from? And what came up in our talk yesterday, that was so beautiful for you, from you mirroring me, that, oh, I'm actually in a grief process, and I have been, and I'm slowly coming out of it. But that's where I've been, like death of, yeah, a lot of things, relationships,
Death,
and
I could usually call it death of dreams and
yeah,
the grieving process of that.
death of dreams, identity, ego, plans, visions, relationship. It's been like a big sort of catching up with me from the last couple of months. So I've just been grieving a lot, and then trying to create something from that state. Um, yeah, that's a challenge. And my my creative energy wasn't in spring yet. It was in winter, in the death, in the rebirth, just before. So that's a good reminder for me to check in with myself. Yeah, from what place am I creating this from? From what state? From where is my creative energy actually right now?
Mhm.
But it's so easy to, I mean, to get swept away, because we have this amazing co-creative, yeah, when our energies come together, it's like, yeah, my whole system just lights up, and of course I want to do this.
Mm.
Yeah, but even in that, what if I take a step back and check in? Where am I actually coming from right now?
Mhm.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, I agree. It was that mirror of me sharing that period of, I didn't even know that I was grieving, but I was. But coming out of the grief, I was like, wow, okay, now I get it. Of course, nothing can sprout in that, the normal way, the normal way that it usually comes into bloom. So it was lovely to just offer that to you, and that also, um, yeah, that's that beauty, right? When we come together, that what, it's the never ending circles, right? Something that I was just, and then I share that, and then it becomes, oh, in you, and that just adds to the relaxation that I felt in I'm gonna choose that word, daring to just cancel rather than pushing, or let's get it like the last 2 days. And after COVID, people are signing in so late, and I know the field ask all these questions. So to kind of sit with it, and then like, hell no, ferry and travel, and setting up, because it was a huge event, and at the same time, It's just not tomorrow and on Sunday. It's just another day. So the whole, it actually just feels, and what I've sat with I have, which I haven't shared with you, it feels like it just makes it ripe. It ripens it even more, as that energy has had the yesness we had when we created it or when we birthed it. Um, Kind of like it feels like it needs some time to rest its roots. And can we stay in the juiciness and the and in the dance dialogue with it and among us, then it's just growing thicker roots, um, rather than what I can say I've been doing, creating, offering, canceling, beat myself up, dropping the project, new project. Yeah. And this really felt like, because we dare to show up like we do and we really embody our, we I'm going to say it the opposite way around. We preach, no, we preach what we practice. Yeah. So
Mm.
that we do that among us so that it can have its way with us, that it can lead, that we can stay leaning back and let it lead its way. When is the room going to be available? The live drummer guy, when is he available? And daring to be in that. Yeah, it's a dance. Why? Because it feels good. And that was the, coming back to the question I just asked you before, that was the relaxation that I felt. You ask me, Ida, what's my impulse? And there's a relaxation and saying, not this weekend.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's, my work embodied permission. That's really where I kind of, not kind of, but I made an agreement that, and that is to follow the stream of effortlessness.
Mm.
So, so that was what, and has been, and this is just a tiny decision of canceling an event in Malmö, but in general, selling all my belongings and the apartment and letting go of the studio after COVID. So all these, and I'm kind of forming us into a question here. All those constant little relationships, both to ourselves, to the loved ones, to our work, to the future, to our money, to like all these small little adjustments. That is that ongoing minute to minute practice. And when I attended your workshop, I was just amazed of uh, hmm, how powerful the listening and responding is when it comes into relating. And I've done that in conscious movement all the time, but this was without no movement. So yes, part of me was like, okay, when are we gonna move? And at the same time, and what I really find that you master is to lean back and reorient yourself. So I think I'm curious to know how the decision then, after we'd made it yesterday, how has it then rippled in? This was me seeing it as a ripening. How had it been? Has it been for you?
Mm. Mm. Ah. Mm.
Or anything else?
Yeah, I'm reminded as you talk about ripening, about the birth process of creations, and that's what I'm with, and what I was also a challenge for me in my work. Of like, I have all these amazing ideas. I could create like 10 workshops a day, no problem. I love creating workshops, but to listen, like, is now the time? Is it
Mhm.
ripe? Is it ready to be birthed? Is that what the collective is asking for right now? That what my yes is for right now.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm with, to becoming even more discerning in that. And yeah, seeing also in the birth process, like what I'm working with a lot in my work of somatic relating is like getting all the parts ready, getting
Mhm.
all the whole nervous system, all of the conflicting parts come along the journey. Yeah? So not exiling any of them or shutting any of them
Mhm.
or overriding any of them, but to only going forwards when there's that like inner sense of safety that all of me gets to be here and
Mhm.
we can take that next step. Hmm.
Mhm.
That's what I'm with today as a cultivation. Yeah,
Mhm.
what's important for me in my work,
Mhm.
in my connections.
I love that. Yeah. So all of me is on board or on the ship. Um, yeah. And to be in the safe side of the nervous system always, right? To be in that, it's okay. I remember you then said, "Oh, I have an open weekend." And I had the same, like, wow, an open weekend, you know? So a weekend open to fill the cup.
Mm.
Remember I said that then we get to fill it, whether we meet in Copenhagen and take a walk together or we just do the magic of nothingness. That is maybe the most important part when it comes to any birthing or any ripening or any resting of the roots
Mm.
for it to sprout.
Beautiful.
So yeah, I think we decided on making a little short one today. Anything else you want to add in today in our little conversation about what did we talk about? About getting all of us present before acting. I think I would put that as a over headline.
Mhm. No, it feels complete for me now.
Hmm.
I really enjoy this. Feels like a good integration also of the process and
Hmm.
yeah, finding the goodness. I think that's something that we're both really good at. Like, how is this happening for me? Things don't go the way we thought they would.
Hmm.
How can I still find something for me in it?
Hmm.
That's very valuable. Yeah.
Well, thank you, and have a lovely day, and we do this soon again, right?
Yes. And enjoy your
Yes.
weekend of surprises.
Yeah, yeah, I am very good in leaning back and surprise me world. Yes, I will.
Mm.
All right, my love.
Mm.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.